I'm Kamran, the founder of Alleyways. Alleyways is basically a platform to support women entrepreneurs through this B2B platform where we provide mentoring, training, and very much other interesting stuff to help women entrepreneurs grow their businesses globally. Um, Thank you for joining us for this webinar. We have some amazing females who are mothers as well, and very much resilient and pursuing their professional life very efficiently and effectively. We are going to learn really good things from all of them. And without further ado, I would like Javeria, who is the community catalyst at Alleyways, to begin the session and have a chit chat with our panelists and help us learn from their experiences. Over to you, Javeria.
Thank you, Anam. Good evening to you all and good afternoon to many other countries. I hope you're doing great in your lives. As you know that we celebrate every year Mother's Day to pay tribute to these superheroes who are always making sure that everyone else is all right and doing great. They are multitaskers who wear different hats simultaneously to fulfill their responsibilities with perfection. As mothers, wives, professionals, and homemakers. But the question is that how they do it. So today, our topic is related to this. This is a juggling act, like how to maintain the balance between the motherhood and career. And the fantastic part is that our mothers and professionals are doing it greatly. To highlight the topic through their experiences and insights, we have invited wonderful ladies from different walks of life who are performing their roles as mother and are convincing professionals. Our webinar is structured into two parts. In first part, we would have meaningful point of views from our guest and the topic. And in second part, we would have panel discussion. I will start the conversation with our first guest, Ms. Shumaila Shamrace. But before we start conversation with her, let me share her profound profile with you guys. She is currently working as project lead supervisor at King Faisal Schools, studied doctorate in dental surgery, and currently doing master's in education. Wow, mashallah. And of course, she's a mother of two cute boys. Welcome, Shumaila.
Hi, everyone. This is Jemima with you.
Are you with us?
I'm sorry I got disconnected. Yes, I am with you. I got disconnected because I'm actually traveling somewhere by road. So I am kind of close to my destination, but we're having some network issues.
No problem. So Shumaila, we just want to know what your perspective or your point of view, how you balance your work with the motherhood.
Well, how I balance is basically, there are a lot of things, a lot of factors that play, a role in a working mom. So the most important part is that both the parents need to be aligned. Especially when it comes to your kids, you need to share responsibilities. I think that's a very, very important part. So your partner has to be aligned with you. There are times when I am busy, so my husband's at home, or there are times when my kids are sick and I can't be at home, so my husband has to take off, or there are times when he's busy, so I am with them, So that's how we share, our time with them. And like, obviously for both of us as parents, I think what's most important is our sanity. So, you do need your personal time, whether it be like away from, I know that being around kids can be stressful for some, and following the same routine throughout every single day can be stressful, whether it be work or home. So you do need some time off for yourself to recharge and refocus, basically.
Yes, it's very important to recharge ourselves through different aspects. Okay, now I will take the same topic to our next guest. Ma'am Manjula
Hey, hi.
Dharmalingam. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly, ma'am. Manjula Dharmalingam.
Yes. Don't
Okay,
worry. Just call me with the first name. That should be
Manjula.
yeah,
Yes.
that
Okay, before you start the sharing your meaningful thoughts with us, let me share your profile with our audience. Ms. Manjula is the founder of her Second Innings, a platform that empowers sabbatical women professionals to achieve financial freedom through diverse career paths. With over 35,000 women benefiting from the platform, she has created a space where women can upskill, assess their capabilities, and connect with dream employers worldwide, including Fortune 500 companies. Wow, it's an amazing platform. So, ma'am, what's your take?
Thank you so much, Zaveri. I'll step in over here. I think your connection is little going up and down. It's okay. So the question is, how do we balance? What is that we can just do? Is that the question you were asking?
It's not a question. I mean, we have a topic that how to make create a balance between the motherhood and career. So how do you manage it?
Okay.
And what's your insight about it?
Right. So motherhood just gives you a clarity. I would say that it gives you the clarity of to understand the life in a different perspective because you became a creator in your life. Right. And so far, whatever you have just gone through, you're able to create a different people in your life, what you wanted to see themselves. That's one part of it. Right. But that also gives you the sense of pride to look at that, who you want to be. Right. So the question for us, or purposefully we should put it across, are we only a mother or we are also a different persona of our personal life? If you build this together, right, what you are going to serve for you and for your family and for the world, you are the differentiator. If somebody asks me, who am I? The way I would like to put across myself, I'm a social entrepreneur. I am a mentor. I'm an investor. Then I am a mom of two loving boys who are going to college. The last identity made me to do the first three things. That's the mother power. So that's how I just look at that. I hope all of us are able to figure it out who we are. And when we figure it out, the mother gives a different aspect to hold that spirit and take it to the next level. Thanks for checking that.
Yes, ma'am. It's a very good point that maintaining your personal persona actually is very important. We should not, our personal individuality should not vanish. And it is very important to sustain yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, so now taking this topic to our third wonderful panelist and guest, Ms. Sadaf Numan.
Hi.
Yes, Sadaf. Sadaf is a higher school teacher, certified in AP courses and teaching AP Research, AP English Literature, and grade 11 English Language Arts in a renowned American school, contributing to the teaching field for 15 years now, a self-taught makeup artist, fine art and henna artist, born and brought up in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, a mother of 3 young kids, a diligent learner who believes in a growth mindset. So, moving towards Sadaf, please elaborate a little more.
Thank you very much for giving me this platform to share my perspective. I think being a working mother means that you are embracing a lot of challenges along your way, but that should not work as a friction, in my opinion. I think it's very important to keep your goals and objectives clear in your mind, that you will have to embrace your imperfections. When you come back home, you might not find your house to be completely in the way you would want it to be oriented. But at the same time, it is very important to keep a good balance between your well-being and also giving good attention to your children. Because at the end, they're going to grow really fast. And If you've been too tough on yourself and you've been setting the goals which are somehow harming you, then you don't reach anywhere. So it's very important that we keep this balance in mind. So how I juggle this is that I try to give my 100% to my workplace, but as soon as I enter my house, I just leave that hat of my being an educator. And then I'm a mom of girls who are 11, 6, 4. And I have to give them all the attention they need, because I know that that is actually my priority. So whatever I'm doing, whatever roles that I play, ultimately are taking me back to shaping them for the upcoming generation. So it's very important that I keep my sanity and I have my goals very clear in my mind. Thank you.
Yeah, that's another important and good point, that if we will keep ourselves happy and content, then we will keep other people content, satisfied from their lives around us, especially our kids and family overall, and of course at the workplace. Okay, thank you so much. And I want to welcome our team members, Zoe Jacob and Sidra Tessin on board. Welcome. Sidra Tessin is our client data director, and our Zoe Jacob is our content strategist and co-founder. So the ladies will be with us throughout the session. Okay, so audience, our session is based on two parts actually. In the first part, our wonderful panelist highlighted a little bit of topic, but now we have some questions in the panel discussion. So I will start the panel discussion and I will ask one question, and I would request all of our guests and the team member, if I will take the names, to answer the crispy answer to the point. So we will cover more questions, and if we have if we receive more questions from our social media handler, then Anam will share with us. Okay, so now starting from Ma'am Manjula. Regarding my first question, which is related to, as mentioned, Sadaf Noman, the personal time, which you already mentioned. So, okay, we say that we have to maintain our personal time, but the point is how? Because we have so many liabilities. We have, and sometimes, as Sadaf also highlighted a great point, that we always want perfection. I don't know if it's in our blood or it's in our genes that we want to do everything perfectly, which is, I think we should not do it. I mean, but how important is personal time in maintaining this balance, ma'am?
Thank you so much. Right. The personal time is the only place it's going to give you the clarity. The more and more we pick up or find that time, right, that's going to be the way forward to just build your routine for a day or for your career, for taking care of even the family member. Like Sadaf was saying, hey, my family is first priority. But how do you do that? You're getting that personal time. Okay, this is the food pattern I need to manage for them. This is the cleaning pattern I have to manage for the family. If you put that can only derive when you create your personal space. Is it only for your family? Absolutely no. As I was just talking about, if you look at that individuals, when we are talking about, I was talking about my personal aspiration is to having my personal identity. That can also be culled out or created when you have your personal time. So it is important for us to figure it out when it is working out. For somebody, maybe in the morning, if you're just waking up at 6 o'clock, maybe the 15 minutes you be on the bed only. Don't even, because the moment you get up, you're supposed to go to the kitchen and do your work. No, that 5-10 minutes for your space to just do that could be that, right? When you're going to take a shower, take additional 5 minutes. That's for your personal space. These are all the hacks you can figure it out. When you're just coming from office, maybe you're walking or something like that. Create that every day, 5 to 10 minutes personal space. It's only for personal space. Who you are, what you want to achieve as of today. Then you think about tomorrow. That would be my pointers. Yeah.
Okay, then we need to, as per your suggestion, we need to reset our alarm clock. At least we need to set half an hour before, I believe. Okay, ladies, just check your alarm when you're going to sleep. Okay, the same question I will take to Shumaila. What's your take on this?
My take's pretty much the same. Like, you know, like I said, just as you know, we all know that safety instructions on airplane, you must always put on your oxygen mask first before helping others. So I think the same principle really applies in life as well. You know, before you know, to give our best to our before we give our best to our family and to our work, we need ourselves to be at our best. And that requires self-care. So whether it be 15 minutes, 20 minutes, half an hour, whatever time you need, you know, to regain, recharge your personal, your physical or mental, that daily or per week, I think you really need that time. You know, you need that time to carve for yourself. You know, whether it is just enjoying a book or, you know, taking a simple walk, or even having a coffee, a cup of coffee somewhere, just in complete silence, you know, just to regain and recharge. So I think that is really important to clear your mind for your well-being.
Yes, true. The cup of tea is very significant in our lives. I believe that after every month, the size of my kitty cup is getting bigger and bigger. You know, that like I used to say to my husband, give me 10 minutes, then a 15 minutes, then a 20 minutes. Let's see when your tea will finish. But it's a very good point actually to have some me corner. Me time means me corner. That me corner you can create physically or virtually or whatever. Okay, so same question to Sadaf. How? What can be tips?
I'm going to share 4 things that I have to share. So I'll actually reiterate the point where I basically left. Being self-compassionate is very important. Sometimes we set our objectives and, you know, goals which are larger than our capacity, to the point that we start hurting ourselves. And we must understand that we are mothers, and mothers mean that it means that we already have too much on our plate. But as I said, it doesn't mean that it should be creating a friction that I cannot do anything in my life. It just means I need to be very clear with black or white. There is no gray area for me. If I think according to my capacity, I cannot do my dishes for the day, I would actually leave that, honestly, because I have to be self-compassionate. What I usually do is whenever I come back home, definitely I have to feed my kids. And then I tell them, you know, mama is going to bed for 1 hour. Nobody's going to disturb me. Nobody's going to fight. You have to manage that 1 hour. For that 1 hour, usually what I do is I either watch something which is like spiritually helpful for me, connecting to my religion, or it can be sometimes I would just sit in silence and just paint, because painting really helps me. I also try to talk to people who are positive, because positive energy shifts. It's scientifically proven. So if I am around people who are more encouraging, rather than, you know, feeling pity for me, oh my God, you were not able to do that, I'm so sorry. Well, no, I can do that. That's why I decided that I have chosen this path. So say, you know, talk to me about the things that are gonna encourage me and not discourage me. And that also brings on this point that we do not have to make ourselves vulnerable to the people so that they can just, you know, throw criticism on us. It's very important that, you know, we keep these things in our mind. And, you know, if you're satisfied from inside, then you feel like you did achieve something, you were successful.
Yeah, I mean, if I take a crutch from your conversation, that don't challenge yourself, right? You have to grow. I mean, even you are going out from your growth zone, then, you know, be focused what you have to do in your life. You know, don't, if even multitasking is very good, but sometimes we as a woman, we take so many liabilities on us, and sometimes we get frustrated and exhausted. So don't challenge yourself, be easy on your schedule. Okay, now so moving on, my second question, because all are working here, ladies are working here, and after pandemic, we observed that entrepreneurship industry, boosted up suddenly because of, massive recession. So, and I think entrepreneurship is a very, very convenient way for women because they can start their setup from their home with a very, limited resources. So, my question is that how we can better encourage homemakers to venture into entrepreneurship or starting career in their respective fields. Because if I will give my example that when I moved to KSA, being a mechanical engineer, I wasn't able to pursue my career the way I should be. So I moved toward the social entrepreneurship. So whether it's social entrepreneurship or a business entrepreneurship, how to motivate our homemakers to start something? So starting from Sadaf.
In my opinion, it's always, encouraging to take tiny steps in the beginning and just keep things very clear in mind that the things are going to be bumpy. And as I said, you have to be your own friend first. If you are evaluating yourself, it is going to be very difficult. Because as we know by the title of today's meeting, that it's juggling the act of motherhood along with our career. So you have to keep these things quite clear in our mind. It's going to be bumpy, there will be failures, but growth mindset means that each failure is going to teach you something, and you're just going to elevate yourself step by step. So in my opinion, take tiny steps, keep checking yourself, be honest to yourself, and be friends with yourself.
Yeah, here I want to, just one book is coming in mind. It's Recharge Yourself by Tom Red. I would recommend everybody to read that book. Okay, the same question I will take to Shumaila. Are you with us?
Yes, dear, I'm here.
Have
So,
you heard
like,
Okay.
yes, I did.
Okay.
So, basically to encourage homemakers like to venture into entrepreneurship, the most important thing is to first recognize and appreciate, their skills, right? So skills like multitasking, budgeting, and, organization, which are so essential in running a business. And, first of all, we need to basically recognize and appreciate these skills. And the second thing, which I believe we lack, as organizations, or this is where I would really appreciate certain organizations. If you want me to name them, I can also name them. But there is this, they really encouraged basically women, and they gave them access to resources. I believe other organizations or other companies or whatever comes up, they don't really provide you enough resources like mentorship and training. So lack of such resources kind of like often deters homemakers from entrepreneurship. So to address this, we need to make resources and training more accessible, perhaps maybe online platforms or community initiatives, and then providing these platforms like for networking and mentorship can also like boost their confidence and provide with valuable guidance. Another most important thing is like sharing success stories of women who have successfully transitioned from homemakers to entrepreneurship. This can inspire. So if you have a story, if you have a successful story, if you can share that story with other women, it can inspire them. It can prove them that, indeed it's possible. So I think these two things are very important.
Significant ideas, amazing. Yes, and I always believe that your personal and professional grooming should go on, whether you're working or not. And always, sometimes I suggest that change your hobbies into your career. So take your childhood hobbies. It's very important. I will ask the same question to Ma'am Manjula. What's your take on this?
Perfect. Thank you so much. Resonate with both of them, what they have just said about it. You are not a homemaker. You are a home creator. Just put your thought in your first mind. You're a home creator.
Exactly.
When you put your creator hat, you're going to think about it. How can I be different? That's the point number one. And the point number two, I like Shamila was talking about the skill part of it. we have a complete framework to make the home creator to think in a different direction, right? After a marriage, when you just come into that, you do have your yesterday story. Yesterday, you would have just done your college, you would have done work somewhere, and you had your lot of dreams. Go back and reflect on your journal. That's your yesterday, because that's going to tell you that I was interested in going out and making an event creator. I was interested in just doing the journalism. I was interested in coding. It's going to give you a pointer. Please build that story for you first. Now come back to today's journey, which we were just hearing from Sada. You're a mother. You're a mother. That's all. Nothing changes. That's a simple routine. But beyond that, you do have your current aspiration. Everyone having a financial independence in their hand is a foremost priority. Tomorrow, we don't know what's going to happen. COVID has given a great lesson for all of us to make everybody individually capable of standing by ourselves to take care of our own family. Right? So, if that is what is your priority, and you are your yesterday's story and today's interest combined together, look at that based on your time commitment, where can you start? It's simple step, we complicate it by overthinking, right? So it's a simple step to put it across and look at that. How do we do that? And so Maya was talking about the platform. We do it every Wednesday, India time, 11:30, to bring women back to work, to give the framework. If any of you are interested, please join. It's our privilege and pleasure to give you the framework and make sure this is the guidance. Go ahead and rock the world and come back. So it is a simple part. Your skill is really need to be put in use, and you have 24 hours. And motherhood doesn't require 7 by 24 or attention. The moment you put a plan in place, like Sita was saying, it is 1 hour for me. You are able to take care of the family on that time. That hour, think about it with your thinking at what is your personality change to be a financially independent. That's it. That's all it's required. Your time to reflect and your aspiration to move forward will move the needle. And the last point, I always keep your hand in your heart, saying that I have 5 fingers. Who's that 5 fingers is going to help me in my personal life? Maybe 1 or 2 from your family. If they are not encouraging you, look out for the family member who keeps motivating you, and 1 or 2 from your friends and social life who keeps encouraging, pushing you. You are a creator, you can do wonder. And 1 or 2 could be from your mentor or the professional life who can be a guide for you. That's all you need. Anytime you feel low, go back to your 5 finger. Oh, I'm at home time, I cannot call other side. Your family member to be in rescue, to put your vibe up and running. That's all you need to do. It is as simple. As long as we feel it is simple, it is simple. If we think it is overcomplicated, it is overcomplicated. We who create the journey, not others. Go ahead. I'll just give the opportunity for others.
Thank you, ma'am. Yes, true. And this is our vision and mission of our Always, that we just not only want to promote our ladies to become an entrepreneur, but also we want to become a bridge between them in terms of the trainings or, their business opportunities. And so that's why I want to ask the same question to our founder, because she is a wonderful entrepreneur, successful entrepreneur, and she is a very inspiring story, success story for all of us. Anam, what's your take on this? Because mashallah, you are giving also the trainings to multiple entrepreneurs in Pakistan. So what do you think?
Thank you, Javeria, and thank you all of the panelists. It's been really amazing, very much resonating. I think not only me, but every single person, every single woman who is listening us must be resonating with every single point which you guys have shared. Because as mother and as a professional, be it as an entrepreneur or a teacher or an artist or whatever we are doing in our capacities, after all, we are women and we are mother. And I really love the idea of Ma'am Manjula that we are not the homemaker only, we are the home creator actually. So that comes very handy when it comes to start our own business or start our career, because that's something which is inbuilt, I think. I was doing my first company even before marriage, but the second company I started right after my firstborn, and he was just a few months old when I started my second company, and that was the stage where I actually took off the flight of the real entrepreneurship and jumped into the ecosystem of Pakistan's entrepreneurship and started interacting with different startups as a mentor and stuff like that. So the journey of entrepreneurship and motherhood came side by side for me at least, and uh, like Sadaf mentioned that she take 1 hour dedicatedly for herself. That's what I do. Like Ma'am Manjula said, we have to have our me time, and that's what I do. In fact, in the morning, that's the 20-25 minutes time which I keep myself. I set my alarm before the actual time, and I wake up early, and that's when I actually reflect back on the previous day, and that's the time when I plan the next day ahead, and it actually helping me a lot. Instead of juggling every day from morning till night, it's not gonna happen. It's not taking you anywhere. Only managing your time and prioritizing the stuff helps you to manage everything, and you have to learn the art of saying no. It doesn't mean that you are going to be harsh on someone, or you are trying to be rude with someone, maybe family members or your relatives, or your workers, your employees, and maybe someone from the ecosystem who is inviting you for something. It's not about being rude, but it's about being prioritizing on the agenda of your daily life or your weekly schedule. So you have to be vigilant enough that what can fit into where. And once you learn the art of managing your time and your day and your week, you will be able to ace it. That's what I have learned over the period of time. I was not doing very well in the initial years, obviously, but it took me good enough time to learn what is actually working and what is actually helping me to pursue different paths. Like I'm running 3 businesses currently. I'm mentoring with I'm serving as a mentor with different incubation centers and accelerators, and I'm into very much stuff. I have so much in my plate, and managing my kids as well. I have 2 kids, by the way, 11 and 9, and they need my full attention. Obviously, they are not on their own 100%. So this all came through the learning the art of managing time and prioritizing stuff. So that's from my side.
Okay, again, the crust is prioritize yourself, your activities, and self exploration is very important. As you mentioned, Anam, that you kept going on as per your current situations. For example, when I moved, okay, fine, I cannot do job, but I was like, okay, it's enough, I have to start something else, which I used to utilize my talent what I have, because everybody has some skills which differentiate her or himself. So I started my social entrepreneurship 10 years before. And not only I established it for myself, but I was helping other people, other women, to restart their lives with a new perspective that yes, that if they can't pursue their careers based on their degrees, but they can start something else. They need to find, as Ma'am Manju mentioned, that you need to find that skill actually, which is exceptional for yourself. Okay, now moving towards our motherhood, because we are paying tribute to mothers actually. Motherhood is very important, of course. The quality motherhood we always want to give our kids, because as mother we nurture generations. And most of the time, as mother, sometimes we are I'm not talking about the generally, but general perspective, that in some areas, for example, in our Asian countries, if I'll talk about India and Pakistan, in some families there is some gender discrimination. There's still there. Although we are moving into a 21st century, but this is gender equality. We are still debating on this. That's which means that still we have this issue in our society. Even the United Nations made the SDG 5 sustainable goal, which is based on the gender equality as per their 2030 agenda. So as mother, what do you think that motherhood is important in this issue, in the gender equality? So I will start, and I will ask, I'm asking this question all my team members also, one by one, Sidra and Zoe. So one by one, I will ask this question for everyone, because all of us are mothers. So starting from Sadaf, what do you think that how motherhood is important in gender equality? Because change is always starts from your home, then we go to with the society and the bigger roles.
I completely agree with you. The change begins from home. The charity begins from home as well.
Home,
We
exactly.
have to be charitable as well. So what I want to share here is my experience being a daughter. And I really appreciate my parents for bringing up, all three girls so well. We are one brother and three sisters. And what I really appreciate about my late mother, may Allah be pleased with her, is that she
Amen.
never stopped me. She never stopped me. If I wanted to go for debate, she would encourage me. If I wanted to go for a singing competition, she would encourage me. If I wanted to go for a poetry competition, she would encourage me. So all of those things, which were once just a talent that I was just enjoying in my student life, I never knew that those skills will actually come in handy, when I came in my practical life. So I went through some trying times when my husband was trying to seek a job. And that was a time when I used my talent for my profession. And I became a makeup artist. I became a henna artist and so on. So what I believe is that it's very important, irrespective of either we have boys and girls, to actually work on, encouraging them on what they like and make them more skilled. Working on the skills is very important. I am a mother of three daughters, and I know that I have to make sure that they can walk by themselves. They can make decisions by themselves. They don't just have to be pleasers, but at the same time, they also have to be, with that positive aura around them. So shaping their personality at this point, it's very important that, number one, we do not bring our frustration and aggression from our work life to our family time. You need your time, take a bath, relax, do your breathing exercise. And once you're ready, you have to listen to all the gibberish your kids have to tell you. And you have to make them understand that, yes, I know what you're saying. I hear you. And at the same time, encourage them. Don't spoil them, but encourage them in trying things and not to be scared of failures. So it's very important to work on their skills. This is going to eliminate that discrimination and gender, those problems. Thank you.
True. And I have two boys and one daughter, and I sometimes distribute the house chores between them. It's not only that daughter has to do this, because being an expat, actually, our kids have to go outside abroad for higher studies. We have no options. So our boys are also going outside, and if they don't even know how to dress, how to manage their bed or how to cook, I mean, it will be difficult for them. So it's like we work on this in terms of gender equality. So ma'am, Manju, what's your take on this? How much motherhood is important in gender equality?
Absolutely. As I was just keep saying that we became a creator and you have a children now to showcase what you are just talking has become a reality, right? There is at home, it starts from home. There is no discrimination at our end saying that you're a boy and girl. Just allow them to do everything equally and then show.
Ma'am, we can't hear you properly.
Oh, really?
Sorry, ma'am.
Javeria, her voice is very much clear. At my end, I think it's some
Voice is
lag.
clear? Okay, maybe
Yeah.
my internet is giving problem.
No worries. That's fine. Absolutely.
Okay, ma'am.
Right?
Sorry, ma'am. Please continue.
No, go ahead. And that's fine, right? So that we being an influencer, so probably it's I would say four ways to look at that, right? One, like Sadaf was saying, her mother has just pushed, every mother, parents have just pushed us to think in this direction. That's why we are here, right? That's the first part of it. So now, tomorrow, our kids needs to talk about that. Hey, my parents have just done beautifully some more additional work. They're just going to do that. So from that perspective, what is that you wanted to inculcate to that? That way you're becoming an influencer. The more and more you become an influencer, you also build your social network. If I am a friend of Sadaf, I'm going to get that vibe to just get that, right? So that's your second movement, what we are making. It's just not our family. The more you just think about it, you build your environment, which is positive and influential. So that's your second part of it. The third part of it is just now that we understood this is the beauty of it. One of the information I would like to do that the statement for our session is Jugglery Act. No, that's maybe an initial beginning. It's going to be a insane mindfully routine. Let me put it across. Insane mindfully routine. It's no longer a jugglery act. You may start with that, you end up with that. If you build that culture, then you, your environment, your family, even if you work, even if you build the business, you become a complete inspiring influencer of what you wanted to carry. That's all is all about. And then having this kind of a network, keep reiterating, will build that fourth story. It's just not alone as a single journey. As a team, we are just building this together for a better society and better world. That's all it is all about. Go ahead, Zaveria.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much for your point of view. I will go to Shumaila.
Yeah, I mean, I pretty much agree with both of them. I feel like, motherhood plays a very important role in promoting gender equality. It definitely starts with us as mothers and how we bring up our children. So, like, modeling equality and respect in our own relationships and actions, we're teaching our children. We're teaching our children these values. So, to my son, I educate him about respect and equality, and to my daughter, I empower her to strive for her ambitions without any gender-based restrictions. So in also, like, in my own journey from being a dentist to like a project lead supervisor, while I'm also managing my responsibilities as a mother, I am actually showing my kids that it is possible for a woman to pursue her career aspirations and be a caring mother. So I think, it is how you basically what you show to your children, and keep a balance between your career and your motherhood. We If we do that, we are definitely challenging the traditional gender roles that have basically confined women to just domestic work and men to like this, going out and just doing all the public work basically. So this balance kind of sends a strong message to the younger generation, to the children that we're raising, to our society as a whole, that women can equally participate in this workforce. So therefore like fostering a culture of gender equality.
Exactly. And I think our husbands have a very vital role in this. If, for example, coming back to work,
definitely.
if both of us will work together as a team, as you mentioned, then our kids will take an inspiration from there, that father and mother doing, house chores together. So actually, it will set an example for them. Okay, so I will have the same questions to our team members. First, I will go to Zoe Jacob from Dubai. What do you think?
Hi, thanks everybody. Thanks for being here and being part of it. Yeah, so I agree totally with everyone. Like, I think we need to encourage our children to embrace diversity, which makes them realize that and be a role model to them. Like my daughter always sees my son and my husband going to play cricket. One day she said, "Can I also go and play cricket?" I was like, "Would you like to go and play cricket? But you never go with them." So like I thought, why don't I? So and then she thought, because we always watch cricket, you only see men playing cricket. So she thought, oh, that's just a men game. But then we'd like, no, this is ladies also play. And then now we've all started going to play cricket together, just so that they realize that anybody can do, everybody can do anything, whether you're a girl or a boy or anything. So I think as a mother, we need to be a role model to this whole gender bias thing that has been created in our society sometimes, or in our countries. And yeah, and we need to remind them that they can be anything, and regardless of which gender they are. It's all from my side.
Yeah,
Thanks.
even you have discriminated the color. The blue is for boys, the pink is for
Definitely, yeah.
girls. I mean, every
Just need to
time we
let
need to
them
work
choose
it.
what they like. Yeah.
Exactly. In fact, we visited Warner Brothers, or I think the IMG World in Dubai, and my daughter was asked me one question that there is no right for any superwoman. All the Hulk or Spider-Man, but literally, it was a very good question. Only she's 5 years old, but she asked me that there is no right or anything, any particular playwright for designated to any super woman. In a board, not in a Warner Brothers, not in IMG World. So I think a higher authority should think about it. I believe. So okay, the
Definitely.
same question I will ask Sidra. What's your point of view as a
Hi, I
mother?
am Sidra. Hi, I am Sidra. I am housewife. I have two kids. Motherhood can play a critical role in promoting gender equality. When mothers are empowered and supported, they can help to break down gender stereotypes and promote gender equality in their families, in their societies, in their communities. Mother can also serve are role models of their children or their families, and the women are capable of achieving success in the wide type of range of fields by promoting policies and supported mother, such as paid parental and affordable child care. We can help to create more equitable society for all. In my life experience, I have two brothers and I am only one sister. My parents, especially my father, encouraged me a lot in things. Everything you can do it, you can take it. And my mother divided all housework, and me and my brothers. My mother told me the girls are not typically responsible for cooking, cleaning, and washing clothes. And also, while men are not responsible for all the finances, I think make sure in your home is doing their part equal to share domestic societies and domestic chores. Thank you.
Very good point. You highlighted very good points. Yes, definitely. And I believe that we are only discussing the overall happening around the world, but I believe that all of us are here because we have a very strong and supportive men behind us. For example, I did mechanical
Yeah.
engineering 25 years, I think 20 years before, where even the mechanical engineering was the toughest engineering, but I did it. My father supported me, my brother supported me, and now being in Saudi Arabia, we don't have any domestic help. Shumaila and Sada will agree with me on that. But my husband, very supportive. I'm sure they have also cooperative husbands. But overall, we are still in the middle of this discussion that gender-based workplace is very important. We're having the gender-based equality, or the so women, will motivate more to work without any work harassment there. Okay, so these were the questions I was thinking to ask, but now moving towards our founder, Elvez Anam. Say if you have any questions, because we were watching some question asked by our social media handles. No, Anam, we have some questions, right?
Yeah, we do have questions, but we are getting short of time. So I'll just
Yes.
pass on one very important question to Ma'am
Okay.
Manjula, because I've seen this problem happening all around our country. Specifically, I'm not sure about the other countries. So after a career break, especially for females who are in tech, they are not being welcomed in different countries, especially in big companies. I think not every other company and many companies have such policies to welcome females who have been on the break due to motherhood or due to any other reason. So how they can, get into the company first. Second, how we can encourage companies and making this possible to help women in tech coming back from the career break.
Awesome. That's a lovely question. That's our bread and butter, what we are just doing. So easy just to put it across. What is that? A simple vanilla format to make that happen, right? It's a very good question. So let's just look at that. Somebody, for example, we were just looking at Zaveria saying that I did 20 years back a mechanical engineering and I'm just doing something, right? Let's assume that she has an aspiration of going back into the engineering stream. Let's just put that across for a minute. That's what many of us have just done. 3 years, 5 years we worked, and then come back after marriage, we are blank, completely blank. And for two reasons. One, we forgot what we have just learned. Two, we don't want to reskill ourselves to go back and start from the beginning. That's the two hesitations comes from the women part of it, right? So now you need to come back to today's situation. Okay, can I do anything to make money? Or I wanted to go back to the roots. I was a tech profile and I wanted to stay with that. The answer has to be derived from you, not from someone else. If you decide, no, I studied 4 years engineering degree, I worked for 4 to 5 years, and I loved that work, I wanted to go back. It's your commitment. The moment you're just done with that, one of the easiest thing can just do that is brushing up your technical skill rather than your non-IT skill. People underestimated thinking that, oh, I don't know, or it is difficult. It is one of the easiest thing. In fact, if you just look at that, our platform, we created for tech people from even non-tech people to come back. No code. You don't need to be a coder. You don't need to be a programmer, but still you can be in IT. It's a no code program. Then no, I am liking coding, but I don't want to do 7/24 coding. Pick up low code, which you know the fundamentals. With that, you can play around and be an IT professional. Other, I was really a mathematic person. I was a physics person. I was a coder. I love it. Take the full-fledged coding. So this is a type of a skilling program is available. It comes from the L1 format, which is nothing but how you went to the 6th standard, 8th standard. Somebody taught you, you made comfortable. That's how it just gives you a taste of that. What is these streams? If you like it, then you move on to your L2, which is little advanced. That is your self-motivation. Guide is there. You also equally have to put your effort to get yourself. Now, when you just look at that, look at your corporate perspective. Corporate wanted to help women, but at the same time, they are just doing the business. They wanted to make sure when you're coming, you're productive as well. Though you say we wanted to bring women back, they wanted to see someone is little productive. I'm okay to just give a support, but I can't just take someone as unproductive. So how do we build that gap? That is where we come over here. Our ecosystem is connected with the complete startups. So the women, when they enroll the program, they will also be given an experience of working as in a startup like an intern. Today, we are working proudly to say that most of the Fortune 500 clients are our clients. Why? Because we brought that notion of it is a talent pool which is committed and ready and productive from day one. It's a little tough story to just crack it because one side we are bringing women who have just left from the career, we have to skill them. And other side, we are giving a commitment. Our women, when they are coming, they are committed. You're not going to have attrition and they're productive. Creating this ecosystem made it possible. And for all women out over here, you are a wonder woman, literally wonder woman. We were just hearing that it's all for men. No, they talk about it. We don't talk about it. That's the only difference. You are a wonder woman. The moment you decide, the world is under your feet. You can do any wonder. Pick up and find that places where you can get that motivation, where you can get the support, where you can just fly high. The one and only requirement is required to make this journey happen. Your commitment. It's not going to happen tomorrow, but surely depends on your break. It could be a 3 months journey. It could be a 1 month journey. It can be a 2 years journey. You have thousands of success story with us. We are doing this day in, day out.
Yes, ma'am.
To our LinkedIn, get to our Facebook, wherever it is, you see, oh, when my sister is doing, why can't I do it? People come from 10-year break and they just got into the IT job in 6 months. People come from 8 years break, they spend 2 years and got into the IT. How? Depends on what they want and how much they are dedicated to their commitment. That's all.
Yes,
This is
ma'am.
one of inspiring topic. I keep talking. I'll just
Yes, I understand. Yes, definitely, ma'am. Thank you so much for. Okay, now we have only 3 minutes left, so I just want a crispy message from all of you in 30 seconds from everybody, starting from Sadaf on this Mother's Day thing. Your message, small and crispy message.
My message is, if you have chosen, and I encourage you to choose to become an entrepreneur or a career-oriented woman, I want you to keep this very clear and crisp in your mind that you're not doing this to get recognized by people or acceptance from a society, because they're not bringing bread on your table. If you feel that you are achieving the goals that you dream for, you are successful. Don't ever expect from others to encourage you or recognize you or know who you are if you are clear about the roles that you have decided to play in your life. So good luck with that.
Yes. So be oriented and be focused. Yes, Shumaila, what's your message? Quickly. Shumaila,
Well,
yes.
my message is pretty much very similar to what Sadaf said. I mean, it's not. I'm gonna be very honest and say that it's not easy, but it's not impossible as well. So if you are a mom and if you plan on continuing your career, whatever you choose, I mean, you're gonna have your struggles, you're gonna have your ups and downs, but I would say be determined, be strong, and you will reach your goals. Have clear goals actually, and you will reach your destination. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. Okay, so come out your growth zone, please, ladies. This is a Shumaila message. Okay, Ma'am Manju, quickly.
No worries. So you are an inspiring soul always, right? If you decide what you want to do, you can do any wonder. Be a influencer, leader, and creator. No one can stop you. That's all.
So Ma'am Manju's message, like, appreciate yourself. Always encourage yourself, acknowledge yourself. Don't wait for others to acknowledge you. Yes, Sidra, quickly.
Don't accept it. Don't acceptation others. Trust yourself and achieve your goals and aims.
Don't trust yourself. Okay, yes, Zoe. Sorry.
Okay, it's going to be push yourself because no one else is going to push you, is going to do it for you. The harder you work, the better it's going to get.
Amazing. Okay, and because Anam will conclude this session, so she will give her message in her concluding remarks. So my message is that don't wait for the opportunities, create them by yourself. So this is my take on this topic. Overall, thank you so much, ladies. Amazing discussion, commendable comments and advices for other women. Definitely, thank you so much for your time. So now that's all from my side. Now stage is yours, Anam, for your concluding remarks and the message for the day.
Thank you so much, Javeria. My message to everyone out there who is listening us to please listen again this video recorded on YouTube or on Facebook and listen to whatever these ladies have said already, because every single point is very informative, very insightful, and if we include at least 3 of the points from today's conversation, we are going to change our lives. So do listen us on Facebook recorded, and we'll upload the same video on YouTube as well. So you can keep listening us on the repeat and try to learn something at least from this video. Also, a very much thanks to all of our panelists, because it's been a really great session from the start till end. I think if we have more time, we could talk more about it, and it's a topic where we can, I think we can't put an end to it. So because of time constraint we have to, but we'll see all of you in some other session and we'll learn more from all of your experiences. It's been a great session, very learningful, very insightful. Thank you so much once again, and take care. Allah Hafiz. Bye bye.
Allah
All
Hafiz.
the
Thank you
best,
so
everyone.
much. Thank you.